Hanoji Incident, June 2, 1582. The violent death of Oda Nobunaga. Oda Nobunaga, who was on the verge of unifying the country, was suddenly attacked by his vassal Akechi Mitsuhide in a rebellion while staying at Hanoji Temple in Kyoto, and committed suicide. His eldest son, Oda Nobutada, also fought against Mitsuhide's army at Nijo Castle and met a heroic end. The sudden death of their lord came as a great shock to the Oda clan and their vassals, and the situation throughout the country suddenly became unstable. Mitsuhide's actions and the reactions of the feudal lords. After the Hanoji incident, Akechi Mitsuhide asserted his legitimacy by obtaining an official rank from the imperial court, but his actions were perceived as treason by former Oda retainers and other feudal lords. Hashiba Hideyoshi's swift response. Hashiba Hideyoshi, later Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who was besieging Takamatsu Castle in Bitchu at the time, quickly learned of Nobunaga's death. He established a peace agreement with the Mori clan and with astonishing speed returned his troops to Kyoto, the great return from the Chugoku period. Other daimyo wait and see. Many daimyo waited to see what the situation was like and decided which side to support. Hideyoshi's decision to pursue Mitsuhide. Hideyoshi decided to subjugate Mitsuhide, claiming to avenge his late lord. Tokugawa Ieyasu, an ally of Nobunaga, also learned of the incident while staying in Sakai, and returned to Okazaki across Ije, but showed a stance of confronting Mitsuhide if the situation dictated. Confronting the advance of both armies. Advance of the Hashiba army. Hideyoshi's army advanced from the Chugoku region into Kinai, establishing a base in Tamaida, Setsu, present-day Takatsuki City, Osaka Prefecture, and preparing their troops. Akechi's army's formation. Meanwhile, Mitsuhide gathered his forces around his base in Omi Sakamoto, and lined up in Yamazaki, present-day Oyamazaki Town, Odakuni County, Kyoto Prefecture, preparing to meet Hideyoshi's army. Pre-war situation. Although Hideyoshi's soldiers were fatigued from the great return from China, morale was high due to the strong motivation of fighting in memory of Nobunaga and Hideyoshi's own outstanding leadership skills. On the other hand, Mitsuhide's army was seen as a traitor who had suddenly assassinated his lord, and it is believed that this caused quite a bit of unrest and defection among his vassals. In this way, the unexpected death of Oda Nobunaga in the Hanoji incident triggered the intricate intertwining of the intentions and actions of the two military commanders, Akechi Mitsuhide and Hashiba Hideyoshi, which led to the Battle of Yamazaki. There are many theories about the state of mind of Akechi Mitsuhide, who caused the Hanoji incident, and it is very difficult to reach a definitive conclusion. There are few records from that time, and there are no details left of Mitsuhide himself speaking about his feelings, so researchers and historians can only speculate. Feelings of frustration and isolation. After the Hanoji incident, Mitsuhide received an official rank from the imperial court, but he did not receive support from the Oda clan's vassals or other feudal lords, and it is possible that he felt increasingly isolated. Hideyoshi's swift actions likely also caused him to feel impatient, as he was forced to go to war without sufficient time to prepare. Fear and resignation. Faced with the overwhelming difference in military strength between Hideyoshi's army and Mitsuhide, he may have had a premonition of defeat. As a traitor who had killed his lord, he may have felt that his chances of survival were extremely narrow, and he may have felt that he had no choice but to fight in a hopeless situation. A glimmer of hope. On the other hand, Mitsuhide had strong feelings about his own forces, and he may have taken advantage of the terrain to fight against Hideyoshi's forces, hoping for a slight chance of victory. Or he may have hoped that other feudal lords would join his side. Insistence on a just cause. It is said that Mitsuhide was dissatisfied with Nobunaga's dictatorial rule and valued the authority of the imperial court. It cannot be denied that he may have tried to believe in some just cause to the very end in order to justify his own actions. Mixed emotions. It is highly likely that these emotions did not exist in isolation, but were intricately intertwined. There must have been a variety of emotions swirling around him, such as the pressure of being a traitor, fear of Hideyoshi, a glimmer of hope, and a desire to believe in the legitimacy of his own actions. Although it is not possible to pinpoint Mitsuhide's specific state of mind during the Battle of Yamazaki, we can speculate on several possibilities by considering the situation at the time and his position. In any case, it is believed that he faced his final battle in anguish in a cornered situation. Gaining control within the Oda clan. The Hinoji incident was a golden opportunity for Hideyoshi to rise to prominence within the Oda clan. After Nobunaga's death, there was a possibility that a struggle for succession and power would break out within the Oda clan, but by killing Mitsuhide, Hideyoshi hoped to clarify his position as a loyal vassal of Nobunaga and dramatically raise his own status among the Oda clan's vassals. Establishing legitimacy, the just cause of avenging his lord provided a strong justification for Hideyoshi's actions to other Oda retainers and daimyo. Expanding his influence. By killing Mitsuhide, Hideyoshi likely hoped to gain a greater voice within the Oda clan and play a leading role in the selection of the successor, and the reorganization of power thereafter. Ambition to unify the country. With Nobunaga's death, the project of unifying the country temporarily stalled. Hideyoshi took advantage of this time of turmoil to present himself as the successor to Nobunaga's will and to aim to become the central figure in unifying the country. Creating opportunities. Defeating Mitsuhide was a crucial step for Hideyoshi, as it allowed him to surpass other feudal lords and pave the way for a unified Japan. Expanding his own power. By winning battles, Hideyoshi likely wanted to demonstrate his own military and political power and increase his influence over other daimyo. Ensure your own safety. If Mitsuhide were to take control of the country, Hideyoshi's own position would have been extremely precarious. Hideyoshi, who was highly valued as a close aide to Nobunaga, may have been someone Mitsuhide wanted to eliminate. Survival instinct. In order to protect himself, it was probably necessary to defeat Mitsuhide before his power expanded. Investment in the future. Defeating Mitsuhide was a major investment in ensuring the future security of Hideyoshi and his vassals. It is believed that these complex intertwining factors led Hideyoshi to make a swift retreat from China, which led to the Battle of Yamazaki. The victory in this battle was of great significance to Hideyoshi in his subsequent efforts to unify Japan. Quick resolution. This battle took place in an extremely short period of time, just 11 days after the Hinoji incident. Hideyoshi Hashiba's swift retreat from the Chugoku region and Mitsuhide Akechi's inability to respond to it led to this short, decisive battle. The just cause of avenging his master. Hideyoshi Hashiba went into battle with the clear justification of avenging the death of his late lord, Nobunaga Oda. This boosted the morale of Hideyoshi's troops and was thought to have had a major impact on gaining the support of other Oda retainers and other feudal lords. The turning point towards national unification. This battle marked the beginning of the struggle for the succession of Oda Nobunaga and was an important step in Toyotomi Hideyoshi's eventual unification of the country. It can be said that the outcome of this battle greatly influenced the subsequent history of Japan. The difference in the commander's abilities. Hideyoshi Hashiba overwhelmed Mitsuhide's forces with his incredible mobility and outstanding command skills on the battlefield, as seen in the Chugoku Ogeshi. On the other hand, Mitsuhide Akechi was unable to solidify his political foundations after the Hinoji incident, and entered the battle without sufficient preparation, which meant he was slow to take command. Geographical factors. Yamazaki, the battlefield, was close to the confluence of the Yodo River, Katsura River, and Uji River, making it a key transportation hub. It also had the natural fortress of Mount Tenno behind it, and this topography influenced the course of the battle. Hideyoshi's forces' control of Mount Tenno is considered one of the factors that greatly influenced the outcome of the war. Division of Oda's vassals. The Hinoji incident left the Oda clan's vassals in a state of great uncertainty, with many of them waiting to see which side to support. The Battle of Yamazaki can be considered the first major clash in the process of reorganizing the power structure of the Oda clan's vassals. These complex characteristics combined to make the Battle of Yamazaki a pivotal event in Japanese history.